Warning ahead.
Spoiler alert.
Whoa!
If you like surprises, get out of here.
We're going to talk about who did it. If you don't want to know who did it, don't listen or watch.
If you have not watched the episodes of the show, take some time, watch them.
Then return here and catch these spoiler alerts.
You wouldn't start a Garfield cartoon strip all the way on the right. You wouldn't get all the twists and turns that happen in those 3 panels. So do yourself a favor. Go back, watch the first 3 panels of the after party, and then watch that.
I was very surprised, but then like it was the kind of surprise where like it all made sense because all the pieces had been laid out, you know. So this isn't one of those sort of cheap mysteries where a Deus Ex Machina comes down and like it turns out it was a cop who we hadn't seen who was hiding in a broom closet and then did it, and then like we meet him in episode 8. It was rewarding to know at the end that that all the pieces were there, and if you figured out or didn't figure it out, you could have done it if you tried.
Right. It wasn't like guest star Joe Latrulio just for this one episode.
Can I just real quick? This is like I think my like 88th interview for the show, and I just need it real quick. Jasper did it. Ben. It's Jasper.
Party people, big ups to Hill Mount High. We started at the upper middle, and now we here. But for tonight, Mikasa. I mean, you know how the rest of that goes. Whoa! We gonna live forever!
How did this all go so wrong?
It's very exciting to be able to talk about it. Ike is right. We've done like a billion of these and kind of had to lie or say some silly like, I'll never tell, or we don't know. So it's very exciting to actually talk about it. When Chris emailed me about the job, he sent me an email, said, hey, we're doing a show. It's going to be a murder mystery. It's going to be different genres. I think you'll be happy. Yours is a musical if you want to do it. And also, I think you'll be even happier. You're the murderer. So in the very first email I got, I found out that I was the person. So it was very exciting. So throughout the whole process, and also throughout all these interviews, I've had to lie, which is so weird because I have to hear how everybody else found out. And if Ike's like, yeah, I found out in episode 5, I was like, yeah, I mean, me and I found out in episode 5. Like, I just listened to other people. But Chris told me at the beginning, and it's like, dream come true. How fun is it to be the person that slowly breaks down at the end and goes a little bit, has to confess everything, but you kind of, while you're playing it, I'm trying to make people care about him enough where it feels bad. Zoe was like showing me real emotion when I was like doing my thing about I'm the killer. And I would just look at her and start to cry because she felt so bad that my character was like about to go to jail for the rest of his life. Right, Zoe?
I did. It was a bummer. we had all read the scripts and knew, who it was. But by the time we actually got to shoot the big reveal, it still like punched me in the stomach. I really didn't want you to be the killer, Ben, but.
Who did you want to be the killer?
You.
Absolutely, Jamie. Absolutely,
yeah.
Jamie.
Yeah. Well, when I got the part, my agent told me it wasn't me, and I was like, all right. Sure. Cool. I'll read the script, then we'll talk. And I was like, no, it's not. But it did lead me, it led me down the garden path, as we insist on saying over here. And over here in this corner of the Riverside interview, not London. But yeah, no, I was so surprised. And I just can't comprehend what Jasper in jail looks like. I imagine he adapts and he's sort of got a kind of barbershop quartet quickly.
Yeah,
he's winning jail.
Yeah,
we did discuss doing a Jailhouse Rock type ending musical number from jail. So let everyone end on a happy note, but didn't follow through with it, sadly.
Phil and Chris are also writing an Oz type show for just me, where it's Jasper like a really gritty prison.
The boy from Oz.
That's right.
Yeah, that's right. Is there anything I did in terms of like subtly suggesting one of the things that I would do when Chris is directing every now and then, when I'd see a moment where it's like, oh, if I played this way, if someone rewatched the show, they could see my characters freaking out. Like there's a moment when they realize there's a camera in the Private Eyes poster. And if you watch that when I'm with Sam Richardson, when I realize there's a camera there, my character realizes he's dead. There's evidence that he did it. So if you watch that back, there's a moment where I'm done. I'm like, oh my God, it's over. And then he tries to realize, okay, I could fix it. So you could see him like go, oh no, and then come back. And there are little moments throughout, like Chris, there's a moment where we're singing in the shower, and there's, I mean, like how many, there's like milliseconds of me switching the phones, right, Chris?
There's like 8 frames of you like having 2 phones in the frame, and then you drop the other phone down if you like look very carefully.
And when I'm tweeting the thing before it erases the footage, I'm on a different phone, but we're covering enough of the phone that you'd have to freeze frame it, like really like look. But we layer things throughout, and anytime like I'd get nervous when Tiffany looked at me every now and then, or so we try to layer it. So if you watch it back, you can see how nervous or fake confident I am.
I gotta say, I have so many people who watch this show and have texted me who they think. And I'm trying to think, I don't think one of them has suspected Jasper. Not one. Everyone thinks it's Walt. They think it's Walt.
Do you know who did figure it out? Is Reddit. The Reddit subgroup is, they are some master sleuths. They picked up all the hidden coded like clues, and like within an hour of the episode airing, they've got like it all mapped out. And there's a bunch of theories on there, but I would say the prevailing theory is Jasper did it, and exactly the 2 phones and all of it.
Wow.
They like they freeze frame it, they see every little detail and they discuss it. They notice that that you went in from the balcony and then you went in from the recording studio.
Wow.
All that stuff. They're like several thousand people working together online. Pretty good detective.
I think it's sort of, I don't know, I think I tried to sort of drive everything via the comedy of the character, and I think that there's something funny in like a big stupid guy like me being really trying to be really suspicious, you know, like it's sort of in the nature of like knocking things over and stuff, and kind of being a whatever Walt is, like a sort of no personality person. It's like, it's quite fun to find humor in the fact that he's kind of like a kind of personality-less person.
Everyone seems to think you did it.
Everyone. It's all anyone's talking about. Sorry, you're you. That's not fun.
I felt like every character really could have done it, it was just like it was so strongly constructed that I like could have believed every character. So I felt like my character Chelsea's motives were justified. I'm not saying go murder someone, but justified enough that I was like, I believe she could have. But I actually found it like really creepy that Jasper did it because of his musical episode. Like, I mean, just even being in the show, I was like, damn, he's a psycho. He's so up, you know? And then watching it, Ben, I found like, oh, he's nervous. But like when you were acting, you know, when we were shooting it and also like coming off your musical scenes, I was like, this guy's stoked. He's nuts. That he murdered someone. He's out of his mind.
When we were shooting it, it's like I'm watching Ben and his character's like thirsty and like, you know, blah, blah, blah. But you look at it now and it's just, he's freaking out.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
What I also found really smart about it is that, you know, Dave's performance of Xavier and Xavier, you know, written is just like any one of us could have killed him because he's just the douchiest. Yeah. And it's sort of like, what is it? Murder on the Orient Express, where everyone sort of puts a knife in. It is plausible that all of us put a knife in, you know, once, and that he was deserving of it.
And he's
maybe.
Well, I find his like line, like he's such a douche, but also kind of likable too. Like you don't want him to die. It's like the perfect level, such that you're going with it.
Yeah, he did a really nice nuanced performance of a major league douchebag.
He was so good.
But I felt like Brett could have done it too. He was like ready to.
Mm-hmm.
He's like the type of guy you would think who would, but
either gonna make out with him or kill him, one or the other.
That's right.
I gotta have fun too, because even though I didn't do it, I gotta do so many other bad things, like take my daughter in a high-speed chase and punch an innocent man, and so I still gotta be kind of a bad guy, but also kind of sweet, like me.
Aren't we all?
I have a bunch of friends that thought Zoe did it.
Oh, yeah.
And a lot of, by the way, for some reason, a lot of my friends who are female thought Zoe did it. And I was like, I wonder if why
Women
that is. But a lot of, and also the
women don't.
What
like
about women, Ike?
Women don't like.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, let's hear it.
They don't relate to Zoe. They don't like Zoe. It's my observation.
Another choice soundbite from Ike Barinholtz.
Another Barinholtz. Another Baron bite.
That's it.
Chomp, that's what we call them. Baron bite. Chomp, chomp.
Baron.
My dad.
I actually had a lot of friends. Who thought it was Zoe because they had so much respect for her. And
That's
like,
what
her
I
decision.
heard. My friends are like, she's so good, she has to be it, right, Jamie?
Sure. Right. Well, don't try and get on my team.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Whatever Jamie's saying, kind of. Whatever Ike is saying, the opposite, but whatever Jamie's saying.
Me and Ben are on that team, yeah. No, I did. That is the biggest one I've heard most frequently is Zoe. Yeah.
My brother
cold.
was sure it was Zoe, but my dad was certain in the text thread that it's Mr. Shapiro.
Oh, sorry. Quiet, Heather. Mr. Shapiro? Forget it. I'm sorry.
There's a lot of culp believers out there as well. They think that he's the
his name is kind of a
John
red
Earl is so
herring,
funny.
isn't it?
My dad very much.
Genevieve.
Oh yes,
too.
yeah. Indigo gets a lot of. But I do. My dad is convinced that Walt is for sure. He was like, I know who did it. I'm 100% certain the butler did it. You're welcome.
There's still time. I don't know what that means.
Any one of us could snap.
What? Who?
Whoa!
You want to confess to a murder? Because we need to know who killed him tonight. Bam.
Everybody seems to be hiding something.
What is going on? We're done here.
We put every episode had a sort of not the clue, which was some person. It would say not the fireman was the first one. It was in Morse code behind Zoe's shoulder on the football field. Little red light flashing in Morse code, and everyone would say, and that's not the fireman. And then the second episode, you find out that Brett is a part-time fireman, and there was something like that. There was like one that was not the lefty, was a code that was hidden in a yearbook page, and Indigo writes diarrhea with her left hand in a different episode. So you put these together, and you find out you can eliminate different characters if you're paying attention in that way, also. And then there was
Were
one.
any of those ciphers left unsolved by the good?
No,
folks on
the Reddit gang would find them instantly and solve them. Even the one that had
That's amazing.
tour dates that were all presidents, so you had to reorder the presidents and then change the numbers into alphabet.
Chris, did
they got it within an hour.
Chris, did the Redditors decode the photos of?
Yeah,
because I read it and I don't understand it.
Yes, Zoe and Brett. I guess Zoe had to take all these wedding photos where everyone's like going like this and this, but it was semaphore, and it was a semaphore message that said "not the puddle," which was referring to Gen 2's water breaking.
Chris, how many of the Redditors are your burner accounts?
At least 1,000 of them are all me.
Cool.
But we did try and throw them off the scent because they were getting too good, and so we released. This is a crazy trick that we just did. Zoe, we took a picture of you wearing the blonde wig in the bathroom, and on the week we were doing your episode, Apple put up online many faces of Zoe, and it was like one thing and then animated and another like a bear and then you in a wig. And then an hour later, they took it down as though it was a mistake. And all of the Reddit people were like, oh my God, look what they did. They messed up. They took it down. Look at this. Zoe's wearing the wig. Zoe's the killer. So.
Oh my God.
I saw that. I didn't know that was on purpose.
Incredible.
Oh, yeah. That was totally on purpose.
Reddit went nuts with it.
They did.
Whoa.
I kept wondering why you wanted me in that wig.
Personal
really wanted
reasons.
to take that picture.
Did you guys know about the actual codes? I found the Morse code thing and I could not find anything else.
I couldn't understand.
Chris explained one to me on the day, and that's it.
I couldn't.
Well, I'm like.
I truly tried so hard and nothing.
Chris was like, "Look at it," and I was like, "Don't get it."
I don't understand the Windows thing. Explain the Windows thing.
Oh yeah, with the baby thing, we have no idea what that is.
I have no idea.
The Windows? What Windows thing was it? Oh, that
Windows
one. Oh, yes.
In the animated episode.
In the animated one, there's a poster, a billboard that says.
I still don't understand it.
There's a billboard that says, "Not another one of those cloaked Easter eggs." And then next to it is a building with some windows lit up. And if you take the billboard and transpose it over to the building, the lights of the windows match certain letters, and it spells out "not the cake eater," which was Chelsea, who ate the Waltz cake at the St. Patrick's Day party.
And someone got that.
Wow.
Someone on Reddit figured that out.
Yes, within an hour of the show airing, they figured it out.
That's crazy.
They have other things in their lives that aren't good, right? Like they're bad at other stuff. Like
they're bad at cooking.
The hardest one to do was the name of the math and science building at the school changed every episode, and so they were constantly changing the letters in the sign of the. It would be like Hattersale Hall, and then it'd be like Portensale Hall, and then Portendale Hall. Every episode it would change by one letter, and then all the letters that changed spell out "open door," which was the key to solving the mystery of the open door of the closet that Jasper snuck out of.
How are we all like? We were all there.
Yes.
How are we all? We're all like jaws on the floor about
For
this. This is
4 or 5 months.
Yeah.
This is wild. You're like the Father Christmas of mystery, TV mystery.
Oh.
Just sneaking it in.